Welcome to another episode of Masterminds with James Allen. He is I and I am him. And man, today's special, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Hey,
I'm special.
today is special, man.
You're right, I am special.
Hey,
No.
talk it. Hey, yeah. So, man, I'm excited about this one. This lady here needs no introduction, but hell, I gotta give her one anyway. So let's get into it. And I'll make it brief, and because I'm really just excited to get into the conversation today. So let's go ahead and start off with this lady here. This boss here is 2007, a graduate of Prairie View A&M, graduated with a chemical engineering degree, spent some time in corporate America, oil and gas here in Houston from 2013. I'm sorry, in 2013 to 2020, she was in oil and gas and did some other things, some major things after graduating from PV. Co-founded the Braden Real Estate Group here in Houston, Texas in 2019. Co-founder and co-CEO. Recently, a Realm exclusive member. If you don't know, now you know. Shout out to you for that. Man, Texas's top luxury real estate professional. You got to know that. Stop me when I'm lying. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Coach, mentor, team lead, but man, most importantly, wife, mom, cousin, granddaughter. If you guys are listening to this, by now, if you don't know, you have to know that we are talking about the one, the only Nicole Handy. What up, fam? How you doing?
Hey, James. Thank you for having me. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today. Oh, cut it out, James.
I'm so excited to have you, man. This has been, a conversation you and I have been, as of recently, I've been like, man, Nicole, I got to have you on here just to talk your talk and really just, see what's going on with you, what's going on with the business. And the timing couldn't be more right because I don't want to start with doom and gloom. But however, as everybody knows in real estate, the Fed dropped yesterday that they raised the interest rates by 75 basis points. And so, yeah. So how are you? How are you doing on that?
I'm well. Somebody asked me that question today, like, oh my gosh, what do you think about that? Is it, everybody's getting nervous and things like that. I want y'all to go to HAR, Houston Association of Realtors.com.
Okay.
And look how many houses are still selling.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact number, but
Right.
Houston is still a very active market, right? Has things slowed down compared to COVID, times? I call it COVID times. Absolutely, right? Yeah. But everybody's like, oh, is it slowing down? And the answer for me is no. Seriously, no. Yeah. Slow is a mindset, right? What did we do before COVID times? What did they do back when my parents bought a home and the interest rates were 10 and 12%? Guess what? They still bought a home.
Still, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Ooh, you can tell she's a coach. You can tell she's a coach. She got me wanting to run through a wall.
No, I'm dead serious. Slow is a mindset. You know what I'm saying? And we naturally slow down just because we've been told it's slow times, right? Okay, but while everybody else is slowing down, you speed up. You put your foot on the gas harder. You know what I'm saying? My team, we're still having, interest rates going up. Yeah, we're still doing home buyer workshops. And let me tell you why. Because if people are invested into showing up to a home buyer workshop and getting that education, they're way more serious than a lead we just find off the street, right? Yep. So, we're still educating people. We're still providing value. And those are the people that still get in the business in this slow market, in this recession, in the highest interest rate times of in the past 5-7 years or so. You know what I'm saying? That's a mindset. Right. Like if you're slow in business right now in real estate, it's because you want to be. Everybody, I don't know who even a dog needs a place to live. You get what I'm saying? No,
you're right. You're right. But let me ask you this, Nicole, because I think I have a pretty good idea. But a lot of people who may know your brand and know you through the other media outlets may think, are you only luxury? Because the only reason I'm asking that too is because when you start talking about luxury is not going to be as impacted or swayed by the interest rate hikes. They still are to a certain point, but yeah, I just want to know. But like, what about that first time home buyer area? Probably within that range, that may put more people on the sidelines. And so I just want to know, like, what do you think about that? And how do you coach your team?
No, absolutely not. I'm not only luxury, right? And I have the Nicole Handy team. We will work in all price points.
Yep.
Just being frank, I was a first time home buyer one time. I sat in a home buyer's workshop, so I understand, right? And I understand the importance of education, so no, I'm not luxury. A lot of what you see out there is luxury, but no, we work with buyers and sellers in all price points. If you just kind of look at the demographics of things that's happening in Houston right now, the strongest market, price wise right now is 500 to $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of the buyers that you see. But honestly, the price hikes kind of push people into those various price points. Luxury was the strongest during COVID times, right? Because interest rates were cheap. Luxury buyers like cheap money.
That's very true.
They have a little bit of a different mindset when it comes down to my home and things like that. When the money is cheap, you see luxury homes sell more because again, that particular price point likes cheap money. So whereas the luxury in Houston, luxury is considered 750 plus, right? If you look at that now, that market has kind of slowed down, especially the over the $1 million market has kind of slowed down. And what's happened is reverted into the 500 to $1 million being the best performing market right now. And unfortunately, the under 500 has really slowed down. So if you look at all of the various price points, past 6 months or so, all of them has steadily declined in sales. However, the 500 to $1 million has steadily increased by 10% month over month, So it's just kind of basically the market shift has kind of pushed people into different price points, right? So no, I'm not just luxury. I sell everything, I'm just gonna be frank, I'm in this business to make a living. This is how I feed my family. I am a for-profit individual. So, where there's an opportunity to make profit, I am going to take advantage of it and buy or sell. Work with people that's buying and selling that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we typically do this at the end, but if someone is interested in reaching out to you, Nicole and her team provide a lot of information, a lot of education, and can help you navigate through whatever price point. How does somebody reach out to you, Nicole?
So you can either, if you go to any one of my social media channels, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm on TikTok, believe it or not, there's a link. Yeah, there's a link in all of my bios where you can do various things. One, if you just want to contact me to ask a question, there's a link for that. For a consultation, buyer or seller consultation, there's a link for that as well. And then also to contact me directly via phone or email, there's a link for that also. So if you look on any of the social media handles, my name is the same across them. On Facebook and Instagram, it's going to be Nicole Handy. On Facebook and LinkedIn, it's going to be Nicole Handy. On Instagram and TikTok, it's going to be Mrs. Nikki Handy.
Okay. All right, man. Damn. Let's just back up because I had to get, I really want to ask that question about the interest rates and how that's impacting you and your business and your team and how you're coaching them through that. And I appreciate it gives us some insight. You guys aren't really, slowing down or, backing down to those challenges. But let's just back up. How is Nicole? How are you? How's everything? I see you busy, see you moving, jet setting, putting in the work. But how is Nicole? How's she doing?
I'm well. I am well, but you are right. Like, I am busy. But I'm human though. Sometimes I struggle with time management and all of those things. So, but I'm well. In the grand scheme of things, I am well. I have my health, I have my wealth, my family is good, so I am well. I don't have any complaints about life or anything like that. Braden Real Estate Group is thriving. So I don't have a single complaint,
Dope.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Braden. So 2019, you guys got it popping, and don't have to dig into really in much of the origin story and stay there, but I was really interested to why you guys got started because you and Jamisha are very savvy, and it could have been anything. Why not a franchise of something else? Why not a Subway or a gym or a theater? Like, why? What made you all decide on real estate and really pick that lane to go into?
Yeah. So, our backstory, people see Braden Real Estate Group since 2019, right? But before then, it was Nicole and Jamisha, the realtor, since 2012.
Okay.
So we've always had our license since 2012. Our grandmother actually paid for us to get our real estate license. She's the one who gave us the money to go to school, and we've always been like working real estate partners. Braden is my maiden name. Braden is Mrs. Braden, our grandmother's name,
Love
so
it. Yeah.
so that's what Braden stems from, and I agree. I think it could have been a lot of other things, but I think naturally we were raised in the real estate world. It wasn't, our family didn't own a real estate brokerage or anything like that, but they had several properties. We watched our grandparents, buy and sell real estate all the time, build commercial, real estate, that do their own developments, that's all we saw. So naturally growing up, it's like we should be doing real estate,
Yeah.
it kind of naturally came that way. And so once we got older adults, and started wanting to, emulate our parents and emulate our grandparents, it was just more so rental properties at the time,
Yep.
and so one of the main reasons why I went to get my license is because I had bought a rental property. And I'll be honest, my and it's so ironic, my realtor's name was Nicole at that time, right? We had the
Right.
exact same name, exact same initials, but her and her husband, she was the realtor, her husband was the lender, and
Got
they
it.
took excellent care of me. But I'll be honest, I didn't know what the hell I had just did. All I knew is I had good credit, I had a good job, and I had money for my down payment and my closing costs, right? So, and I got a
Right.
home, right? I got a home. I got a rental home. I went and put a sign in the front yard and went back to living home with my parents, right? But that was my first investment property. That was my first rental property. And again, I was just doing what I saw my parents and grandparents do, right?
Right.
So but me not knowing what the heck I had just did was a real eye-opening moment for me. And I'm like, I need to go get educated in this.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that was me talking to my grandmother, like, hey, I think I want to, go get my real estate license. And honestly, I never wanted to get a real estate license to become a realtor. I just wanted it for my own benefit so I can buy and sell my own properties and things
Yeah.
like that. But like I said, I never had any aspirations of being a realtor, top producing realtor, any of that. And then I was Jamisha and we were just having a candid conversation one day, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna try this real estate thing out, and lo and behold, I was much better at it than I thought. One thing, when I said I was gonna leave Shell, well,
Yeah.
Shell was who I worked for, and by the way, shout out to Shell, a great, phenomenal company to work for. I have nothing bad to say about them, but I
Yep.
was a little bored in my career.
Right.
I was a little stagnant and things like that. I didn't like sitting behind a desk all the time and looking at simulators and testing stuff and all of that stuff. It just really wasn't me,
Right.
you know. And so I kind of said I was over the political game too, of the corporate game. I was a little bit over that too. So I said I'm gonna try something. I'm just gonna do real estate full time, but before I said I was gonna do it full time, what I asked Shell to do was, I said, hey, I'm going to can I go part time? Right? Can I do part time
Mm.
Shell so I could pursue real estate full time? That at least, while I'm building my real estate career, I still have a source of income coming in. And
Mm-hmm.
they told me no. So I waited another month or two. They told me no again. So I'm like, okay, yeah. Now I waited another month or two. I'm like, hey guys, I quit.
Oh,
And
damn.
yeah, I did. I told them I quit, and then they allowed me to go part time.
Imagine that.
Right. Imagine that. Right. So, and that's it's you don't get what you ask for, you get what you negotiate. Right. So
Mm.
then they allowed me to go part time, and it got to the point where I could no longer do both. I had revved up my real estate business so much that I could no longer do both. So I just quit. And in 2019, we just said, hey, we're going to open up Braden Real Estate. But the reason why is because of our past real estate experiences. Right?
Got you. Got you.
I had been with 3 brokerages. We always did everything together.
Mm.
We had been with 3 brokerages prior to that. And honestly, we've experienced racism. I had a broker call us. They told us, you guys remind me of Monique and Unique from Babs. I mean, and I'm not defending him, but he honestly, I don't think he realized what he was saying, at the
Yeah.
time. We really, so we've experienced racism. We never felt happy where we were. We never
Yeah.
felt whole. I never felt like I truly belonged, with this
Yep.
group of individuals and things like that, nor did they represent the things that I felt we should represent. So opposed to trying to do a franchise, go find somebody, base it off their core values, their company standards, we said we're going to create our own. That way we can have our own company standards, our own core values. We can do things the way we want them done, and we can service our clientele the way that we want to service them.
Yo, and shout out to you guys, because you know I'm licensed, but I don't, I'm not really on the realtor production side. But my wife and I love to go out and support all of the Braden events.
Man,
And
y'all support like no other. Man, we make a joke of saying you guys are like honorary Brayton Real Estate Group agents.
I appreciate that. No, because what I was getting to is particularly at the Derby day, and you brought your grandparents up and you told us the story, and it was like it's always a feeling of family
Yeah.
when at all these events. So I can only imagine what the culture and what are things like in the office, because I mean, hell, and we feel like that when we're there. So it's man, it's super dope. And I just hearing you talk now, you can tell that those past experiences were impactful to what you guys are doing and how you guys were intentional on the culture and all those things you're talking about, because
Absolutely,
it
yeah.
is evidence. So shout out to you
Thank you.
guys for
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys are like the utmost supporters of Brayton Real Estate Group. But no, it's funny that you mentioned like how we brought up our family and things like that, because a lot of things that we have incorporated into Brayton Real Estate Group is things that we grew up, that was the dynamic of our family. That was just the way that you reach, like some of our core values, you reach back and pull forward. You never leave your brother or your sister hanging or anything like that. That was just like the dynamics of our family. And I'm very grateful for it because it has helped create our culture here, and some of it is, again, some of it was just by who we are as people,
Right.
But I mean, it's worked, and it's worked extremely well. And I mean, man, let me tell you something. Ain't no agent like a Brayton Real Estate Group agent, okay?
I mean, we got some other agents out there now.
I mean, y'all got some other agents.
Talk your talk. No, for real.
But just being very candid too, and I may get some slack for saying this, but when you look at a lot of brokerages that are represented, a lot of Black brokerages, you see a lot of affordable housing, low income, and I feel like that people have pushed Black realtors into that space, and I am all for it, and I want to help. How we just talked about, selling in all price ranges, but why can't we also have a presence in the luxury space as well? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we have a presence in the higher end space as well? Why can't we be known as the go-to realtor in those spaces as well, and not be pushed into just one realm, which is the lower income of business, But like I said, I want to, if you have a housing need, you can come to us regardless of the price point, But, we do one thing about Brayton, which we try to separate ourselves apart from too, is like we want to be known in all spaces. We want it to be equal playing field. We don't want to be known as just the largest Black brokerage that did this. We want to be known as the largest brokerage that did this.
Right. No, yeah. No, talk about it. Yeah. And you guys have definitely, just with the brand and strengthen that brand and put it out there. And I think you guys have, made the name for yourself and established yourselves over these past few years. To that, I mean, I really want to go back because I'm always interested in hearing about businesses and how they scaled. And I'm just really interested to hear about because you've touched on it. You talk about the quality and the Brayton real estate agent, and you guys have some of the best agents around, and that comes with another intention. And so how are you guys going about finding quality people for the team and retaining that top that top talent and that top quality? How have you guys done that? Because you said 2019 to 2022. I mean, this less than 3 years, 3 years or so. So come on, like, I mean, what's the secret? How you guys are doing?
Well, you know what? Honestly, a lot of people have been attracted to our brand, and what we represent first and foremost, right? But I mean, I'm gonna be very candid with you. The ship hasn't always looked like this, and it was a point in time where the ship was sinking.
Yeah.
Just being very transparent. Jamisha and I were good realtors. We knew how to sell real estate, and all of that. We were not necessarily good brokerage owners. And there is a difference. Selling real estate and running a full real estate business is two totally different skill sets, right? So when we first started our business, we were very agent minded, right? So we gave everybody everything that we thought they wanted as an agent. Low commission splits, tons and tons of flexibility, you know, all of that stuff. And really, it came to really bite us in the butt because we weren't making any money. We had a ton of agents that worked full time. You know, real estate was just their side hustle. You know, it wasn't part of their, you know, they were not embedded in it. They were not bought in. You know, everybody just kind of doing their own thing. So what we really had to do, one, we brought in coaches and mentors.
Okay.
You know,
I was gonna
and
ask
we
you that.
still, we have a brokerage coach and we still meet with her every other week.
Okay.
You know, we do not miss a meeting with her because it is essential to us in our business. So that's the first thing. Invest in yourself, invest in coaching and training. And it may not always be cheap, but it has turned our business around tremendously. You know, number two, we have stepped up our requirements. You know, we don't have an open door policy. Okay. Just being very transparent, you know, let me give you an example, you know, especially if you're a brand new agent, we require that you are full-time or have what we call full-time capacity, meaning you have availability to show up and be involved. We have a 12-week coaching and training program. 2 times a week they meet in person, in addition to various field trips and training activities. How can you learn and grow and take advantage of that, all the resources that we're providing if you're not a full-time agent and you can't be here? Right. So, you know, leveling up our requirements as well. And then, you know, really honing on into what are our core values. Our culture is everything, you know, no, seriously, you know, because culture is everything. And toxic culture will kill a company.
Facts.
You know,
talk about it.
Yeah, it will kill a company. So our culture is everything, right? And we hire and fire based on our core values. I'm damn serious. If you're not a good, serious. If you don't align with our core values, we're not we might not be the right. We don't say you're not the right person for us. We say we're not the right person for you. But also too, you know, like, and if you're bringing in toxic energy and toxic culture, we have no problem letting you go, right? Because we want to be happy here. You know, you're at work more than you're at home.
Facts.
You know, so we want
not the it's you, it's me speech. Come on.
Come on now, you learn that in the books. And then us as leaders, we have to identify when people may not be working in the best space.
Right.
You know, and then empowering them and maybe putting them in different spaces so they can thrive, you know, because hell, it costs a lot as a business owner. Turnover costs us a lot of money.
Man,
you know,
I'm telling you, and the monetary and but even more so than the monetary value that's associated with letting someone go, it's the time. It's the time, man. And that stings. Like, I mean, but no, I feel you on that. Man, where was I going with this? So, that's what I want to ask you. So, you guys clearly know the type of person that you want within you all's culture. Now, how are you guys screening for that? Are you big on like disc profiles or anything like that? Or what are you guys doing?
So we really don't do disc profiles for our agents unless they're on the Nicole Handy core team, right? But all of our salaried employees, yes, they have to do a disc profile. They have to multiple round interviews, right? And I'm giving away the soft guys, so pay attention.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Pay attention, right? Pay attention. So no, let me just talk about the agent side. So if you're an agent, you have to go through first. You have to fill out an application. That's the first screening process. You have to pass the application process. From there, you go through a series of 2 interviews. Right. And you have to get 2 approvals. So one is with our broker, and then the other one is with our agent advisor. Both people have to agree. If one does not agree, it's a no-go. Right. Both people have to agree. If one doesn't agree, it's a no-go, right? Because we don't leave it in just one person's hands. Right.
Makes sense.
So, you know, of course, you have to go through you have to pass 2 rounds of interviews. And then of course you have to be present. Like again, for our new agents, you have to be full-time. And you have to attend 80% of the class. Again, we're going to invest. We're investing in all these resources.
Right.
We need you here to get them.
Right.
If you're a salaried employee, yes, it's 3 interviews. So you're going to go through the normal application process. You're going to go through a phone interview, an in-person interview, and then a dinner interview. People will show natural at dinner. I'm so
Yeah, they
serious.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. And so serious. So we
So what
want
y'all doing? Are y'all shoving wine
no,
shoving wine to
I
us in
mean,
that?
some of them don't drink, some of them drink, some of them don't. We want you to be your natural self, right? But I mean,
Facts.
people will show you who they are in a laid back setting. So we want to see you in a laid back setting as well, in addition to your disc assessment.
Oh yeah, you definitely giving away the sauce. You definitely giving away.
I'm telling, hey, that third interview that has saved me a lot of heartache and money. Seriously, no, because there was one person that I was really looking forward to bringing on, and when we got them in a casual setting, I'm like, there is no way that I could ever put this person in front of my clients.
Damn it, man. Damn.
Never, ever
Damn.
put this person in front of my clients.
Damn
So
it.
yeah, no, and I think a lot of people have that notion. What most real estate brokerages are, we'll come sponsor you, right? Come all, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order for us to keep our culture, healthy and good, and maintain, just our reputation as the Braden brand. We do have standards. We
Yep.
do have certain standards.
And let's talk about the other parts of the scaling. You guys recently put an office in Dallas.
We did.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
And how's that going?
It's going pretty good.
Good.
It's Houston has been around for a while, so a lot of Dallas agents are attracted to what they see in Houston, but it is a little bit of a difference, right? We're working on building Dallas to what you see in Houston, but it's going pretty good. The agents there they're phenomenal, right? They're phenomenal. They're hardworking. They're embedded, in the culture as well. So Dallas, y'all gonna see Dallas change real soon for the Braden
Talk about it. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. And where else can we expect to see Braden here in the future? You want to give away the sauce here? You're gonna keep that close to the chat.
No. So, and I'll be very honest. We don't really have any plans right now of expanding outside of Houston and Dallas just yet.
Okay.
We're more so looking to expand our product and offering, right? The different having different services within what we've already created. So that's what we're working on right now. You're definitely going to see us very much heavier in the luxury space. And again, we want to be on all playing fields. So you're definitely going to see us much heavier in the luxury space, so just extending, the brand there in terms of, being a recognizable luxury brand also.
Okay. And any interest in commercial?
We have some commercial agents on the brokers, right? We are more residential focused than commercial focused, but we do have several commercial agents that can definitely take on the commercial needs. In terms of just like the Braden commercial division. That's something that may be in the works.
I see that smart. Yeah.
But our priority right now is building our luxury brand.
Okay. Dope. And so for Nicole Handy and Nicole Handy team, like, what is currently the focus of, like, first of you and then of your team? Like, what are you currently focused on? And I mean, we're heading into Q4. And then planning for 2023 is really starting and looking at, like, so tell me where that mindset is and what you're focused on.
I think it's time to grow the Nicole Handy team. We are a team of 5 right now, and we're looking to double and triple that by the end of 2023. And absolutely, you know what I'm saying? We have, honestly, we have more work than we can take on sometime, and that's a good problem to have, right?
Absolutely.
That's a great problem to have. So yeah, we're looking to, the big push for the Nicole Handy team is we are looking for reputable agents. to be a part of our team. So we're looking internally in the Braden brand as well as externally.
So no, what I'm hearing is we're gonna get that $1 million list in Houston quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that too, and then we have.
I mean, the TV show. That's
yeah. And we have organically kind of starting to get more into the new construction development space as well. So really pushing that to creating those alliances and those partnerships with those builders. To get builder listings, gain more builder business. We just we've just taken on. Well, like 2 months ago, we just took on DR Horton, a community. DR Horton, a community in Rocheron, Caldwell Ranch, one of their, fastest selling communities as well. So we've taken that on. I think we've done extremely
Dope.
well. And it's taught us a lot of things about building, what other builders and need. So that we're really looking to push our builder space, be more in the builder space as well.
Hey. And I mean, so what are some of the challenges? Anything right now keeping you up at night? Any challenges that you're really focused on, cleaning up before the end of the year? I mean, if you want to share, be that, transparent. If
Yeah,
not, yeah,
no,
okay.
real estate is always changing, right? Like, and
Mm.
you have to change with the market. You have to change with the dynamic. It's not just a set, hey, we're gonna go, these are your duties for the day, and we're out, right?
Right.
You have to keep up with that. And then I think sometimes that can be a challenge. Just seriously, that could be a challenge, adjusting to how quickly the market changes and the demands of the market. That is the biggest challenge. And I think not only ourselves as a business, but any business owner may have, especially if you're sales focused, if you're sales based. So that's been the biggest challenge. And that does keep me up at night, because I'm always like, what can we do next? How can we stay on top of this? How can we get more builder partners? What are they looking for? This and that. Okay, interest rates are going up. So how is this affecting this and that? It is so much, right? So that's my biggest struggle, just making sure that I'm staying on top of, how the market is changing. And that, the biggest thing with that is education, making sure you stay in the know. What's going on, and like kind of what we're doing today. Like, I don't do this as much and I want to do more, but just masterminding. I mean, every time I get in a room with people I want to be like, I mean, I walk away in awe. Literally in awe. I said we were trying to get into the luxury space. We just had a lunch meeting with a title company that's in the luxury space. And I mean, took away 5 things from that. I'm like, doing this immediately. Like, as soon as I hang up with you, I'm adding this, we're updating this, making sure we're in those spaces. And that's the biggest thing. I'm a Realm exclusive member because no, I don't sell $200 million listings, right? But I want to,
right.
and I want to be talking to the people that's doing that and seeing what they're doing,
Right. No, and that's what I love to hear. And what I've noticed from top performing people, top performing entrepreneurs is, and we've already spoken about it a little bit, and what you guys did with starting Braden, but it's the intention, being intentional about a lot of what you're doing. Like you're saying, when you go into these masterminds, when you have these meetings, being intentional about what do I want to get out of this.
Right.
And it's definitely, it's something that I'm really taking heed to a little bit more, and being focused on, instead of just like, okay, yeah, this person is doing somewhere I aspire to do. Like, what can I get out of this conversation? But also, how can I have value? But yeah, what do I want to get out of this conversation is huge. It's huge.
Right.
But let me ask you this. Yeah, let me ask you this question first, because I'm always interested about top performers, entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, how they structure their day. Now, I get it, in real estate, no day is the same.
Yeah,
I get it. But, how does Nicole Handy go about structuring her day? Is she up early? I've heard something about a 5 a.m. club. But
your wife is in the 4:30 club.
The 4:30 club, whatever.
5 a.m. It's 4:30.
Damn, my bad. That's good. But no, like,
don't shy us on the 30 minutes.
I got you. Okay. But no, how do you structure your day? Because I can only imagine, at some part earlier in the morning, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., maybe some 7 a.m., where you're moving towards more of a reactive and management, as opposed of really taking control and navigating that day and really strategizing. And then it's more so of just execution, not just
right.
not just reactive, but it's more of execution at a certain part until the evening. So how do you really navigate your 24?
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, I'm part of the 4:30 club. Sometimes it is 5 a.m. club for me too, right?
I would go say that. I would go snitch on y'all.
Sometimes it is the 5 a.m. club, and I don't always make the 4:30 club. But yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm getting up in the morning, and the reason why I like to get up in the morning is because it's uninterrupted time to do whatever, right? Whether that's workout, which I don't do a lot of, I need to do more of. But mostly for me, that's getting my mindset prepared to start my day, right? I'll look at my calendar. Okay, here's what I have to do today. Let me prioritize. Prioritizing the first thing, or kind of planning out what I'm going to do. I do a lot of my people get text messages and emails from me at 5 o'clock in the morning. Point blank, period. Seriously, I'm checking. I'm clearing out. I don't like to start my day in chaos. right? So when I'm waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, that's not, to me, that's not starting my day. That's preparing for my day, right? So by the time I do start my day at 8, 9 o'clock, all my emails are cleared out. I've responded to everybody and everything, right? Now I can start my day, right? I don't have to worry about who do I need to respond to and things like that. I reserve most of my project office time for in the mornings and appointments and things like that in the afternoon, right?
Okay.
I live wholly, solely. If it is not on my calendar, it does not happen. No, seriously, including my personal things, my family events, my daughter's dance time. If it is not on my calendar, it does not happen. And some of the agents and other people, I'm like, put it on my calendar, put it on my calendar. If you want me to adhere to it, it needs to go on my calendar. Like I am a live by a calendar Sunday through Sunday person.
Facts.
Seriously, I have to live. If it's not on my calendar, it won't get done. But they say it's habits of successful people waking up early in the morning. And my professor in college taught me that. He's dead and gone now, but he taught me that you don't sleep late. What you can't accomplish things in life sleeping late.
Right.
And so I mean, that's kind of just stuck with me. And my dad always woke up. I never saw my dad sleep past 5 a.m. either, But get up early, people. Let's get to work. Let's get
Y'all heard it. Get y'all ass up and get to it.
Get up early and let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Half the day is gone. Half your day is gone if you sleep until 9 or 10 o'clock.
Talk about it. And I mean, you just heard Nicole. She's saying she's got to jump on y'all. She's already responded and everything, and she's getting to the next strategizing by 8 a.m. when y'all just responding. So get to it. But yeah, you're talking about your scheduling, the management of being a mom, being a wife, being a friend, everything like that. How is that? I mean, like I said, when we first got on, I was like, are you in Houston right now? Are you, how are you managing all of that? And, is there, because I hate to use the word work-life balance because there's not any time where you're giving the exact amount of focus and energy to all things. But I mean, how is that balance and the ascension of you and your team of being that team leader, being the CEO? How are you handling all these different roles you have?
I mean, it can be tough, right? I agree with you. There's no such thing as work-life balance. It's let's get it done and make it happen, right? And what is the priority? And of course, my family is always the first priority, right? I'm not going to miss a football game because I'm at work. Well, for my daughter, dance, right? Because I'm at work. Those are priorities to me. I've had to learn I am nothing without a support team, a support system, right? The Nicole Handy team came out of me being stretched way too thin, and so it's not what it's going to cost you, it's what it's going to make you. And sometimes for me, it's making me have more time. It's making me have more time. So support is key. I have an assistant, I have a whole team. I have a back office manager that manages all of the back end paperwork. Jamisha and I are partners. She picks up half of the things that the broker said I don't like to do. Just being trained, and then leaning on each other. Family. I make a joke. My father-in-law is my nanny. And here's the thing: you want quality people, you have to pay them.
Man,
I pay my father-in-law, and I don't have to. Right? That's his granddaughter. But he gets paid because I want him to know that he's appreciated. And this is something I'll go pay anybody else.
Right. And y'all keep it in the family too.
Right. Keep it in the family.
I love it.
Keep it in the family. I could go find somebody else, but he does a great job for me. And so I shoot him, keep him happy.
Shout out to the father-in-law,
Big Larry. Shout out to the father-in-law. Yeah, but not just the father-in-law though, but the whole family, And
Absolutely.
Again, that's kind of how we do things, that was just our family dynamic. Hey, all right, you got something to do, y'all. I'll keep all the kids right now. We gotta lean on our support systems. We have to. There's no way around it. You can't make it in this business not doing so.
Right. I was wondering though, because, you said you got your license in 2012, 2013, you said.
2012, yeah.
Do you ever regret not jumping in earlier full time?
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
do?
Well, I'm gonna say I don't have any true regrets about it, but what I will say is that had I took real estate serious in 2012 opposed to 2019, I feel like I would be a multimillionaire by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, because that's with anything. What you give your most effort to is what's gonna be reciprocated, And so right
Absolutely.
now I give all of my effort to real estate in my family, and so that's how do you achieve all this? I put a lot of effort into it. This is not the 9 to 5 anymore. This is the whenever it needs to be done, Um,
Exactly.
but a lot of people struggle in real estate too. And when you sit down and talk to people and they're like, I'm struggling, da da da. Okay, what are you doing day to day? Are you giving 8+ hours to real estate a day? And half the time the answer is no. Okay, well then how do you expect to get 8+ hours worth of pay every day? When you
Mm,
go to your corporate job, no, seriously, when you go to your corporate job, if you don't work 8 hours, you don't get paid for 8 hours, right? It's no different. It's just nobody's telling us that we have to show up or we're going to get fired if we don't. But our income and our production is a direct reflection of the amount of effort that we put in.
right. But you know what? I do hear you on that as far as um, if you're looking at it from the lens of, yeah, I would have been this much more far ahead if I would have taken it seriously. But at the same time, just the lessons that you've already kind of talked about, that you going through these different brokerages, the things you probably learned from your corporate job, all those different things, I think
Absolutely.
have poured into you and built what you guys have at Braden.
Corporate has made me 10 times of a better real estate professional.
How
You
so?
know,
Other than that, yeah, other
yeah,
than
yeah.
what I
No,
learned.
other than the real estate sales,
Mm.
a lot professionalism, even things like responding to emails within a certain time frame, overcoming objections, taking your emotions out of your decisions. A lot of those things came from corporate. So now, like I said, I have nothing bad to say about corporate, other than it was
Right.
not what I wanted to do anymore. But like the fundamentals of Nicole, the professional, oh, that's corporate all day long.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to them. That's corporate all day long.
Yeah. But what you're talking about also with the way you guys screen potential candidates for your brokerage, that actually sounds like things that they do at the corporate. I mean, I've seen that,
Yeah.
particularly with the two interviews, with the night interview, or putting them in a setting at a bar or whatever. That
Yeah.
did you guys get that from? Is that something you took from your corporate job, or is that something you took from another place? You don't have to drop this
That's
on us.
something we actually took from our coach, our mentors.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they're the ones who, like, you need to make sure you bring in the disc assessment. You need to have multiple interviews and all that. We took those from our mentors. But one thing I did take from my corporate job is building out processes and systems and testing everything. And that
So
is
important.
that is so valuable. That's so important to me, especially too, in terms of, like, time management and getting my time back. A lot of my processes I've been able to automate. So I'm still giving a high level of service to clients that I'm asleep when they're getting their
Right.
service. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that is key too. And like I will tell anybody that's in business, if you do something more than 3 times, it needs to be documented and thoroughly documented, right? Because we talk about turnover and how it hurts us so much. We should be able to give the next person at least the documentation of here's how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. So wait a minute. I mean, at this point, is Nicole Handy doing SOPs? Is that what you're saying?
Nicole Handy's assistant does SOPs.
Okay.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
I was like,
Absolutely.
I can't see I can't see you at this time, at this point. Yeah, but that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I would what I'll do is I voice record some things too and then have them documented. But no, yeah, I mean, that is crucial to the success of any business, not just real estate, any business.
Facts. Facts. And so, other than, I mean, you spoke highly about your coaches and some of your networking that you've been able to do, but is there any other place that you're really drawn on to leverage a lot of this experience and this knowledge? I mean, because it seems like you pull from different resources to kind of help expedite and navigate through some challenges of hiring, of setting up your business and your culture and some of the back office stuff. Are you what's some of the other resources that you guys use to really do that, or is it really just the network and the coaching?
No, it really. So I'm being honest. Like, the network and the culture, the coaching has changed our lives. Like, if you look at Brayton Real Estate Group, what it was 2020 to Brayton Real Estate Group, what it is just 2022. I mean, oh my gosh, we would have been out of business if it wasn't for investing in the network and the coaching, right? And of course, like I said, I'm a natural learner. I will read all day long. Well, not read, audiobook all day long. YouTube
Get it right.
University. Yeah,
Yeah.
audiobook off, not read. Okay. It's not my thing, but I will audiobook literally all day long. YouTube University is my best friend, and then really just asking questions. I think a lot of time we're afraid to ask because we are one, either intimidated or ashamed,
Yep.
and I don't know if that's our culture, but yeah, I don't think it's our culture either, but I mean, you see it happening often, so creating that environment to where, hey, this is I say that all the time at the brokerage too. This is a safe space,
Right. Right.
because go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that's a good point about the questions. And as I've kind of been through different experiences, well, I hate to say, but went to when I went to grad school, I started to learn. I didn't learn undergrad, but I started to learn that the people who are asking questions are actually the more intelligent, and they actually perform better. And it's the people who are like, kind of nervous about asking. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, there are dumb questions, but still, like, hell, if you don't know and you don't have
Right.
clarity, go get it, because that's only going to help you. So now I definitely am like aware, the person who is, out there seeking the information, seeking the clarity is, they're going to be able to run 10 times faster than the people who are kind of siloed. So,
And then, like, another thing too, investing in yourself, investing in education. We go spend $100,000 on a college education to not even work in that career field, which is cool, right? But me too, you know what I'm saying? You go spend all this money on it, and we have no problem with doing it, right? Because that's what we were taught to do.
that's what
Why
we're
would you
taught.
not invest in the career that you're actively in, education and learning from the career that you're actively in? Who cares if it's not a university? Accredited university, right? If it's going to put money in your pocket, it's going to make your quality of life better. Why not invest in it?
Yes, Lord,
You know,
man.
we
Yeah.
don't want to pay a coach, right? That's stupid. We don't want to pay a coach. I'm not paying somebody all that money. Yeah, to teach you I mean, basically, to be honest, James, a lot of stuff was like, here you go.
Right.
Like, here
Right.
you go, right? Like, don't all that, it costs you more money to figure it out than just to pay somebody to give you the game of what's already been done. In any business, running a business, selling real estate, this is nothing new, right?
Right. Right.
There are plenty of practices that are tried and true, right?
Yeah.
Tell them to me. I need to know, how much does it cost for me to get it? Because I don't have time to figure it out.
Yeah.
And had I still been trying to figure it out, Brayton Real Estate Group would have been closed a long time ago.
No, yeah. I mean, so definitely shout out to you guys for, for seeking that information. But I mean, there, like you're saying, YouTube and podcasts and like all these things, information, it's a saturation of information everywhere.
Right.
I mean, and you got gurus on every corner.
Right.
So how are you getting to the right sources and saying, okay, this person is legit, this information makes sense, because you still may not know the sauce, but how do you guys go about screening and saying, like, okay, this is an entity or a person that I really want to work with and get knowledge from?
Well, you know what? I identified those people that's doing what I aspire to do and say, hey, how did you achieve this?
Mm-hmm.
Can you direct me to the person that taught you? Or, referrals, we're a referral based business, right? So a lot of our screening does come from referrals. And like I said, collaborating with others and saying, hey, I've worked in this space. I've done this. This is the person that helped me, in going about it that route.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're right. It's a guru on every corner, and half the gurus, they've done it one time and now they're selling a course and, providing all this training and everything and things like that. I need referrals. I need references. Seriously. And I don't need the one you helped 2 years ago. I need your last 3.
Talk about
right? Your most recent 3, And honestly, I learned that from the investing world. When, our mentors, when we were like doing fix and flips and things like that, that's how they taught us to screen contractors. Don't go if you ask them for anything, that of course they're gonna give you the best, the people that's gonna give you the best, right? Give me your last 3. I want to know your recent work, right? And talking to those people, let me see what you've recently done, And so that's the same way too, I mean, there are a lot of people out here that I look up to, that I want to be like, that I aspire to be business professionals like them, and just having the courage to just start the conversation.
Yep. No. Dope. So no, Man, Nicole, we're hitting the hour mark already. And like I said, I want to be respectful of your time. I know your time is valuable. And so is there anything that we didn't really touch on or talk about that want to, maybe want to
Well,
highlight?
well, I just want to say this really quickly. I know I kind of put it out there like, hey, go pay for the education, pay for the knowledge, pay for the game and all of this stuff. And everybody doesn't have the resources to do that. And I understand that and I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
So, my caveat to that is if you can't pay for it, be the most valuable resource to them you can possibly be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leading with value will, definitely help you out and get you into doors that, otherwise you couldn't access. So I definitely agree with that. I don't really have anything else. I like to end all these conversations with just that one question is, when it's all said and done, what does Nicole Handy want to be remembered for?
Ooh, how many people come up and tell you all these lies and stuff?
Some be cat, but I'll let him get it off. I'm like, all right, that's what she gonna give.
Honestly, I want to be remembered for being a good person, just point blank, period. I can tell you I did this, I did that. I just want to be remembered for being a good person, right? I do try my best to pour into others, right? But I honestly, at the end of the day, I just want to be remembered for being a good person that did the best that she could. No matter my best, your best may not be my best, right? But I mean, like I said, I can tell you all these things. I want to do this. I want to be that. My legacy in this. I just want to leave this world being a good person and sane.
Hey, y'all heard from the queen. She said it. She has spoken. Nah, man, Nicole, this has been awesome, man. I truly, truly appreciate you because I see you're busy. I never see you in the same city on consecutive posts. So shout out to you for that.
That is not true.
I'm messing with you.
I'm always either in Houston or Dallas.
Yeah. But I just want to say I really appreciate you for being candid, being transparent, and just taking the time to rap with me. I greatly appreciate it.
James, I'll do anything for you and Rachel. Like I told you, you guys are honorary Brayton Real Estate Group agents, part of the family. I admire and love what you guys are doing in business, and I admire that you guys are doing it together.
Yep. I appreciate that. Shout out
You're
to you.
welcome. Shout out to Rachel, my 4:30 a.m.
Hey, I ain't seen no 4:30 talk in a while, but yeah, we'll give y'all that 4:30. So
what you mean? I can show you my phone right now.
Ain't nobody trying to look at
What time do you wake up?
4.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'll skip to that one.
Yeah. And driving to Katy, Monday through Friday to go work out either at 5 a.m. or 8:30, depends on the class. So yeah.
Cool. That's what's up.
Get into it, She's like, cool, whatever. Anyways, but Nicole, I greatly appreciate it. I want to get you out of here in time. Hey, this has been another episode of Masterminds. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes and new conversations. So yeah, this has been the end. So until next time, peace.